Hallöchen and willkommen. This is what I built, and this is how it all started. Doesn't everybody have this corner in the house that you rather hide from anybody since it's just too messy? I definitely have one of those corners in my garage, but I see it more like a little treasure corner. It's a pile of cut off pieces of lumber that I got on sale, or just pieces that I had to have. They all ended up here. Now, this video is not about how to organize this treasure pile of yours. This video is about how to use some of those pieces to make something new out of it that you can actually use. Do you like to find out more? Follow me and lass uns anfangen.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
Spring is just around the corner, and that means the yearly spring cleaning is about to start. So, this is a perfect project to make this little scrap pile of yours a little bit smaller and create a piece that brings organization to the rest of the house. I'm building an awesome tray, so I have a dedicated space for things like keys, sunglasses, jewelry, watches, and other items that I use on a daily basis. The best way to organize is to give items a dedicated space. And I'm totally in love with the Highland Cow graphics, so of course I had to make it the centerpiece. But you can engrave anything on it, or just leave it blank. The design I did in Vectric, and I'm cutting it on my Shapeyoko CNC machine. To fix my CNC machine, I purchased a renewal pack with new bands and wheels and changed out everything. It's still not what it used to be, but for smaller projects like this, it works. But good news, I might be able to upgrade to a newer Shapeyoko model very soon. But more to that another day. For the bits, I'm using a 1/4 inch round bit to clean out the inside and give it slightly rounded edges. For the graphics and text, I'm using a 60-degree V-groove bit. And for the cutout, I'm using 1/8 inch end mill. All bits will be linked in the description below. Those are the most common bits that I'm using for my CNC machine on a regular basis. And of course, I couldn't just keep it at one tray. I had to build multiples. I did not want to bore anybody with having Highland counts all over now, so I went with the flag design for a second tray, just to show different possibilities. And again, I designed this using my Vectric software. And now let's check back where the CNC machine is by now. Almost done. Am I the only one that keeps getting excited when I look at projects and how they come together? Beautiful, just how I wanted it to look like. Now I'd like to elevate the design a little bit by rounding over the edges. I'm using my Makita hand trimmer to do so. Now you might look at the video and say, but Maike, I don't have a CNC machine. And I get it, not every hobby workshop has one. While I think it's a very cool tool to have, I understand it comes with the price tag. And if you do not sell items on occasion to offset the cost of it, it's often difficult to justify to have one. You can also make those trays with only a hand router. You can buy a template and carve it with a flush trim router bit. I will link those in the description below as well. But you're always stuck with the template size, or you buy multiple templates, and again, that adds up on money too. But this can really limit your creativity. So what I'm saying is, just invest in the CNC machine. No, I'm kidding. But what I do recommend is to take some time on the weekends and visit your local farmer's market and see if there's any other woodworker hobbyists that sell their creations. See if there's a market. And if there is, join your local farmer's market or crafts market. Set up a booth and try to sell your creations. You might be surprised on how many people are interested in what you created, and it is such a good feeling. Any money you make from the event, put it in a piggy bank and save it up for a tool of your choice. I've been really trying to get a new CNC machine, and I've been saving up hard so I can get it. While the CNC machine is still cutting the American flag pattern, I started by sanding the first tray. So let's put on some good music and have some fun with it. And this should be smooth enough. And now it was time for the finish. Like always, I'm using MeikeMade liquid hydration wood oil, followed by a layer of Moose Muggles wood butter. This gives the project a protective layer that's even food safe. I let the wood oil soak in overnight. The next day I came back and applied a layer of the wood butter. Initially I was thinking of adding some resin to this project, but it would just complicate the project and I like to keep it simple, but you can still add some if you like to. And that's the American flag design. What do you think? Which one do you like better? I mean, I really love those Highland cows, and right now I like to add those graphics to just anything. So don't ask me which one I like better, but I think they're both pretty cool. Also, in my opinion, you cannot really top walnut. I love walnut wood. However, cherry lumber has been a third of the price, so I've been going more and more to cherry. Where do you source your walnut lumber from? In my area, cherry lumber goes for around $5 a board foot, while walnut goes for around 15. That's a huge difference. So if I do make a lumber run, I don't get more than one walnut board. I also cut two of those little bolts because I needed some to store some paper clips on my desk. I think they would be great. To apply the wood butter, I just added a bit onto a lint-free cloth and then rubbed in the product in a circular motion. A little bit goes a long way. It leaves the wood with a smooth wax layer that gives a great sheen and protection. What's your favorite finish for wood? I've found that not all products bring out the beauty of the natural grain and deep rich colors of the wood. However, most penetrating oil finishes will do this. For outdoor projects, I've started using tan oil, and I've been very happy with it. I previously used an outdoor epoxy varnish that promised a lot, but it was an absolute failure by peeling off just 6 months after I applied it. So ever since, I've been going rather with oily products. What's your experience with it? Looking at this wood pile, I have a lot more upcoming projects. In addition to that, I have two more filled up boxes with cut off pieces of lumber. What would you build out of all of these lumber pieces?
Are wide open. I see you clear.
And we are fertig! Now I have the perfect place to store my sunglasses and keys to have them organized and never lose them again. It also adds a cute little detail to my entryway table. Do you remember the build of the table and the lamp? I have a YouTube video for both up in case you have not seen them yet. Because of the finish, the cherry lumber will darken over the next few days and will complement the entryway table perfectly. And here's a close-up of the tray with the flag design. This would be great for jewelry and watches. The weather has been perfect the last few weeks and have been spending a lot of time outdoors, which makes me really miss Florida even more since I did have my workshop outdoors. In case you've missed it, I've been delayed with my travels back to Florida because of my puppy Tequila. She had to have a surgery and has taken her sweet time to recover. She's almost 16 years now, so I don't want to rush her. She's doing much better now, so I would say a few more weeks and I will be back to Florida. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Most importantly, click the bell button to get notified of new videos. Also, if you can, please join my Patreon. This helps me create more YouTube videos. Thank you so much for all the support. See you next week. Tschüss und auf Wiedersehen.